All right. And Maria, you can take it away. Oh, you're on mute, Maria. Yeah, we can't hear you, Maria. Can you unmute?
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you, Jessica.
I'll cover for Maria. I think she's having some technical difficulties with the microphone, but
Gotcha.
just to introduce ourselves, good morning, first of all. Thank you everybody for inviting us and for attending. It's great to meet all of you. I'd also like to introduce my peers that are here with me. I have the market director of banking for the area in Greater Philadelphia. His name is Brian McCullough. I also have a branch manager from the area, Tiffany Baines, joining us today. And I have Maria Sanchez, one of the recruiters for the area as well. We're all here to share a little bit about Chase Bank, about what it is to be in the banking industry, and a little bit about the opportunities that we have available in all the branches that we are opening up. I'm sure you started to see branches pop up in the surrounding areas, which is very exciting for us because we are setting a footprint in the Philadelphia area in a place where we have never been before. So we have a lot of opportunities to bring a lot of individuals on board and help you grow your career in banking. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian and Tiffany to introduce themselves. And I'd love to talk a little bit more about what the associate banker opportunity is, as well as a few other opportunities within our branch space that may be of interest to all of you. Brian, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you, Joseph. We're so excited to be here, right? Just so excited. And so as we were stating a little earlier, we are coming into the city full force. I know that you guys have seen the branches coming up. And so when we made this pledge, right, to come into the greater Philadelphia area, we did so speaking about around 300 or so jobs coming into the area. And so as you see these branches coming up, that's more opportunities. So within the branch space, and we'll talk about these things in a little bit, we have the associate banker roles, as well as banker roles, branch manager roles, so many different things. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on is pulling people from within the community that will be able to be a face in the branch. So let me pause and make sure I introduce myself correctly. I am Brian McCullough. I'm the Executive Director for Consumer Banking for Chase Bank. So all these branches coming up, they're kind of under my purview. And so we also have Tiffany on the line, who's an amazing branch manager in Center City. And so I want to give her time to introduce herself as well. Tiffany.
Good morning, good afternoon. Now, so we're running out of time here. My name is Tiffany Talley Baines. I'm a branch manager in market expansion for Greater Philadelphia. I have the branch in Rittenhouse at 17th and Walnut, one of the first branches to launch in Greater Philadelphia. We're now coming up on 3 years, so it's a very exciting time. We're still expanding. We still have opportunities open. We're still making our mark in the community and in supporting all the endeavors of our local community and leadership team. So as we talk about the associate banker role, I'll talk about that a little bit. That's near and dear to my heart. You're truly the face and the heartbeat of the branch. You're the forefront of delivering exceptional customer experience. You foster lasting relationships, meaningful relationships with members of the community. And to Brian's point, that's why it's so important as we fill these positions. We look for folks that are in the community and know those small businesses and know the community. It makes such a difference to give back. You get an opportunity to teach clients how to use self-serve options in their everyday banking needs and really get to know what's important to them, whether they want to save, budget, earn money, convenience. Safety is a big thing, especially around the holidays. People want to know that their assets are safe. So we really educate our employees so they can transition that knowledge to the community. And, it's all about being financially healthy during these times. So some of the responsibilities of an associate banker would include helping customers, as I mentioned, with their everyday banking needs. We will look for strong customer service skills and presenting customer banking products while servicing our customers. We have a whole, what we like to refer to as a One Chase family, One Chase team where you get an opportunity to work with partners that specialize in different fields. And really having that ability to make that personal connection is key. So coming in as an associate banker, you don't necessarily have to have banking experience, but we do look for folks that can pay attention to detail, that may have some customer service or people related relationship experience as a whole.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing that information. And I just want to say to all of you, as you go out onto our career site, which by the way is www.chase.com/careers, there are a multitude of openings that you can take a look at, both full-time and part-time. The great thing about these openings is that we do provide training. Please note there are certain requirements. Like Tiffany mentioned, we do look for individuals with at least 6 months of customer service, someone that absolutely loves to work with clients face-to-face on a daily basis, and that you are comfortable working with technology. Because one thing that I love to say, if you haven't had a chance to already, I'm going to put a little plug in. Please stop at one of the local branches and take a look, because it is a very beautiful and unique branch. I like to call it that a Chase store meets an Apple store, because it is very technology driven. It's beautiful. Great big tables laid out so that clients can come in with their phones, their laptops, their tablets, and learn how to use the technology that is at hand. And the associate bankers are the key drivers of helping our clients learn how to use those different conveniences for their everyday banking. I'm also going to provide all of you with my direct email address. And the reason for this is, if you'd like to have a separate conversation, because I know we have limited time today, I am always open to having conversations and telling you a little bit more about the different roles as well. But I do encourage you, before reaching out, please take a look at the different job descriptions and the locations that we have available, so that we can have a good conversation about what role you may have in mind. So with that said, my email address is jessica.gerald@chase.com. And Brian, Tiffany, anything that you'd like to add in addition?
Yeah, and thank you for that. You sound so much like a recruiter. No, I love it, Jessica. I love it. But listen, I started off pretty much as a associate banker, some almost 26 years ago. I'm dating myself a bit, but I started myself as an associate banker. And so years ago, the associate banker role was almost like a teller role, right? But as the needs of the clients have shifted, as we have certainly moved to more of a convenience, digital kind of approach, we have expanded the skill set of that job family. So now those bankers can now open accounts. And that's why you see the name change to associate bankers, because they absolutely are integral in the branch space, opening accounts, taking care of our clients, doing transactions. So it's almost a hybrid role of what you all might see in the traditional branches, where you have the teller and then you have your banker. It is a hybrid role. So it's a great role to come in. I'm glad to hear Jessica and Tiffany talking about the employee experience as well as the customer experience, because I do pride myself in Greater Philadelphia. We're always in the top, give or take 5 of markets in the country around the customer experience. We pride ourselves on that. So when you walk inside of a branch, it feels like you're home. And one of the things that I say all the time to my family is that when you are part of Greater Philadelphia's consumer banking, you are a part of my family. It is a family feel, and that's what Chase is really about. When you come a part of Chase, it is about being a part of a great family. So I just wanted to add that. Tiffany, if you had anything else to say, but I'll turn it over to you, Tiffany, and then we'll wrap our part up.
I would just say, Brian, to Brian's point, you will be joining a great family. When you walk into the branch, you could just feel it. We're not only a part of the community, but we're actually giving back, and we're helping customers and clients and families friends that you know, really create generational wealth. So it's a great time for educating one another. So the days of being just a teller are gone. When you walk in a branch, like Jessica said, it's definitely a hybrid between an Apple store and a bank. You can see like technology. We have more offices for consultations with our clients. Then we have teller windows, and it's a reason for that because we're really promoting our digital platform. So it's a wonderful place to come and work. I absolutely love it. I've been here 2.5 years, and the culture is unmatched.
Now, one thing I forgot to say, my apologies. And that is in next year, we are opening our very first community branch, community center branch, which really is going to be in the heart of West Philadelphia, around 52nd and Ludlow, around that particular area. And it's going to just be an amazing center where we're going to be providing financial tips. We're going to have offices and things that the community can come in. They can have meetings. We can share with them. It is going to be an amazing center. Again, that's going to be opening around September or so of next year, but we are in the process of hiring now. We're in the process of hiring now. And again, it's great to be able to find folks that are in that community to be able to give back. I see Kamala on the line, and Kamala is one of our very best leaders that we have in Chase Bank. I don't know whether or not Kamala wanted to say something before we turn it back over to Jessica and wrap our portion up. Now, Kamala, you're on mute though, so we can't hear you right now, just so that you're aware.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you so much, Brian, for the kind words. Hi, everyone. I'm Kamala Erskine, and I have the pleasure and the honor of leading community and business development for JP Morgan Chase. As Brian mentioned, we are excited to be opening our community center next year, and we've already taken the step of hiring our community manager, Dr. Chandra Williams. She's a well-known figure in the community, and she has very strong relationships to the community. We felt it was important to bring in someone who has already demonstrated commitment to uplifting and partnering with nonprofits in Philadelphia. So with that, I'll turn it back over, I think, to Brian. But thank you, Brian, for giving me the chance to introduce myself.
Absolutely. I can't have you come along the line and not, are you kidding me? But that's kind of our portion for right now, unless Jessica, you had something else to add. If not, we'll turn it back over to you, Joseph.
Thank you, Brian. No, that is everything we had. I hope to hear from some of you very soon. I hope that all of you explore our careers site. The job descriptions for each role are in each of the jobs that you take a look at. Just make sure that it'll show up like a little square. So if you look for example, associate banker or relationship banker, there is a little square that will pop up. You will click on the one that you desire based on location, and that'll pop up the job description that you can read in full detail to know what the qualifications and what is expected of you on a day-to-day basis. Once you find something that's of interest of you, if you'd like to talk a little bit further or have questions, I'm here to help through that process. So feel free to reach out at any time. Thank you all once again. This has been really great to meet all of you and get to talk to you about Chase coming into your area and your community. And hopefully we get to hear from some of you soon. So with that, Joseph, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you.
All right, great. Thank you all. That was awesome. So open up the floor here. Does anyone have any questions? I didn't see any come across. Yeah, Martha, go ahead.
Thank you. And thank you, Chase, for coming to give us this information. I have seen some locations going outside the limits of Philadelphia. What new branches are scheduled to be opened or built within the city limits?
Within the city limit, like what we mentioned a little earlier, the West Philadelphia branch is going to be opening next year. We have also 11th and Walnut that's going to be coming. That's going to be in about a year or so from now. We've got about 14 in the city right now is what we have. And then we have some right outside if you start looking at Southeast and PA, if you start looking at Abington and places like like that in Bucks County. We have a lot coming up in that area as well. But within Center City, I've got about 2 to 3 more branches coming in the next 2 years, say.
Thank you so much for that, Brian.
You are
What-
welcome.
Where is the West Philadelphia branch going to be located, or if you know yet?
Yes, 52nd and Ludlow. It used to be an old Citizens Bank, I believe it was, a Citizens. It's a white historic building, beautiful historic building.
Awesome, thank you.
We got a question from Tariq in the chat. What are some of the qualities a potential candidate should have? Or what do you look for in the application process?
That is a fantastic question. So some of the qualities that we're looking for, well, I'll list one of the main qualifications. You have to have at least 6 months of customer service in order to apply for the role. But customer service falls into many fields. Anything where you are helping clients on a regular basis. Sometimes you don't think about it, but if you're, for example, if you've worked as a receptionist, you may not think of it as customer service, but you are dealing face to face with clientele on a regular basis. You are providing a service. So that does qualify as customer service. One of the key things we look for is someone that has a can-do positive attitude on a daily basis and wants to learn and grow. Like I always like to position it to everyone, there is a skill and there is a will. As long as you have the will, the skill is something that we can help you grow and develop once you step into the branch and start to learn. The will you have to have on your own because it's something where you're going to be meeting clients face to face on a regular basis, and it's a very team-oriented environment. Like Tiffany mentioned when we first started, we like to call it a one Chase family because you're working very closely with the associate bankers are working with the relationship bankers, they're working with the lead associate, they're working with the branch manager, they might be working with their financial advisor to make sure that the client reaches their financial goals, whatever that may be. Financial goals, are different for everybody. So being able to build relationships is another key piece of it. Being comfortable having a conversation with someone and getting to know them better before making any recommendations or products. We are not here to sell a product. We're here to learn and understand what the clients need so that we can help them get to that ultimate goal. So really, again, positive attitude, quick learner, open to learning, and being, able to have, to build strong relationships within the community.
And I would just add to that, just as Jessica mentioned, that exuding that confidence is important after she kind of looks through the resumes and applications and you're sitting in front of either myself or one of my peers, really looking for someone that exudes confidence and has the ability to communicate and make a personal connection. Because at the end of the day, we'll teach you about our products. So the technical part you'll be taught, but just really being able to connect with people and have that relationship is very, very much key.
All right, great. Thank you.
I
Looks like
see
we
some
got-
other questions in there.
yeah,
Did you want
bunch
us to
coming
answer
through
some?
the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, Dorothy is wondering, how long does the onboarding process normally take?
I'll take that one for you. The onboarding process can take anywhere between 10 to 15 business days. There are just a few things that you'll have to go through. A lot of how quickly you go through it is really going to be dependent on how quickly you're able to complete the steps that are required of you. I am able to share that you would have to complete fingerprinting and I-9. Our drug testing is selected at random. So if you're selected, you'd have to schedule that right away. And the last thing that you would go through for the associate banker level role is an extensive background check that includes education and employment verification. So the quicker that you fill out and complete those appointments, the quicker that you'll be able to clear, but at minimum, you're looking at 10 business days. Now, some of our other roles within the branch have additional requirements, so those tend to take at a minimum 15 business days or more.
And then Jessica, can you talk about the training, how long the actual training program is once they're hired after onboarding?
Absolutely. So for the training program for associate bankers, you're looking at approximately 2 to 2.5 months, depending on how classes are available, but typically no more than 2 to 2.5 months of training. and most of it will be to learn our systems, to learn the products, to learn how to build those relationships with clients. Like I said, we will be teaching you everything that you need to know as far as the skills go. But usually the program will last you about 2 to 2.5 months.
And Jessica, I just wanted to draw out, I believe it's paid as well while you're being trained. Yes.
That is absolutely 100% correct. We pay you during training. We want to make sure that you're also getting to meet some of your team members, because some of your team members may be training with you. You'll meet people from the market, and you'll get to go into other open branches and see what the day in the life of really looks like, so that you can, once your branch opens or once you step into your branch, you are 100% comfortable and ready to go. And please know that once you do step into the branch, you still have your One Chase family to walk you through everything.
And benefits start day one. Another question that I thought I saw in there, Joshua might have asked the question as far as interview feedback. And yes, we do give feedback if it is solicited. So if a person sometimes will say, hi, at the end of the interview, hey, is there something that I could have done better? Or can you just give me feedback? I just did it 3 times yesterday. And so I do that all the time, because feedback is a gift. And let me see if there was any other questions that you all wanted me to spot on or look at. Someone asked, I'm sorry, somebody asked if there's part-time positions available. We do offer some part-time roles. Jessica can kind of talk more about that a little bit. Go ahead, Jessica.
Absolutely. We do have full-time and part-time roles available. I do want to mention our part-time roles are a minimum of 30 hours per week. So the part-time role is 30 hours per week. And for those roles, again, we do have quite a bit of those roles because they are the associate banker roles. None of our other roles are part-time. So I just want to call that out. So if you are looking for part-time, just know to look at the associate banker opportunities so that it's an easier search for you.
And Jessica, some people, of course, will have questions about how competitive is our pay. If you can kind of, I don't know how you want to touch that, but if you want to touch some of that.
That's good. That is a fantastic question. So I can definitely share that our pay is definitely competitive, and it is based on experience. So we will take into consideration all prior experience, and the recruiter, once you do apply, the recruiter will have a conversation with you during your pre-screening to set expectations regarding what the minimum pay is for the branch that you've applied to, and level set as based on your experience. So I would say definitely competitive. Again, even the part-time roles come with full-time benefits. I do want to note on those roles, benefits do begin after 60 days. But again, you are eligible for full-time roles to enroll for full-time benefits, even with the part-time roles, which is a huge opportunity. And it's not just the health benefits. We have a lot of additional employee benefits that are included in that are outside of just health, dental, vision, and things of that nature.
And last one is a college degree required, Jessica?
That is a fantastic question, because it is not. For any of the roles that we have in branch, the minimum requirement is a high school diploma or GED, a bachelor's, associate, master's. None of that is required. I can tell you from personal experience, I started off in the branches myself, and I got my degree while I was going to school. I'll throw the plug in there that tuition reimbursement is also one of those many employee benefits that we offer. There are certain timeline criteria that you have to meet in order to qualify for that, but I think that it is definitely a great opportunity. So just wanted to call that out for you.
Brian, there was a question around living in close proximity to the West Philadelphia location. Will we encourage folks to apply that live within a community? You want to speak to that?
Yeah, in general, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. It would be fantastic if we can have people that are within or have experience within that community. 100%. 100%.
I'm sorry, I wanted to come off mute because I asked that question, Brian. Can you speak to what position that I should look for someone who wants to make sure that I'm working with the community in those programs that you mentioned previously?
Jessica, you want to take some of that before because if you all don't know, I would take over the meeting. And so I try not to. Go ahead, Jessica.
And repeat the question for me because I think there was a lot to unpack on that question and I want to make sure I give you the correct information.
Absolutely, Jessica. Thank you. And I just wanted to say also that I really appreciate that I see people of color in leadership that speaks to the values of Chase. So my question was, because you said, it's okay if you live close to that community branch. I'm very interested in the community branch. I wanted to know what position that I should look for to ensure that I would be able to work within some of those programs that Brian stated would be offered at the branch.
So I think the key piece to look when you're looking for a role, I'm going to say take a look at your experience and kind of determine from there, because I can share that we have multiple opportunities within the branches. There's the associate banker, there's the lead associate operations, which is what I call the right hand of the branch manager. They help the managers with everything that's detailed as far as compliance, audit, ensuring that the branch is, running smoothly and appropriately, and also acting as a manager on duty when the branch manager is unavailable. There's also the relationship banker and the private client banker. The relationship banker really works with the clients to build a strong relationship and also ensure that they're helping them reach their financial goals. They're the ones that'll help them open accounts, look into different banking products, and private client bankers will do the same, but they work with clientele, that have a different household asset all in. So what I would say is, if you'd like, you can email me. We can definitely set some time to talk a little bit about what's available and determine based on your resume which one of those roles may be a best fit.
But and just one add, and that it doesn't matter what role you're in. Everybody will play a role in the programs that I was mentioning. So when I was talking about the financial health, the seminars, all of that, oh no, ABs will do it just as much as my RBs or my relationship bankers or my lead associate of operations. Everybody plays a part.
Absolutely.